Hello friends and welcome to the world of learning. Using articles like a, an, the is one of the most difficult things in English language. In spoken and written English, they are very confusing. Most mistakes happen in English language because we fail to use articles correctly. If you have a desire to learn English, then this video is for you. Cheer up because you are no longer going to make mistakes in using articles from now onwards. So let's begin. What is correct? A SMS or an SMS? A uniform or an uniform? MLA or an MLA? Advice or an advice? Is it an information or information? What is right? The smallest words like a, an and the can pose a huge problem in spoken and written English. On the other hand, the wrong use of articles can change the entire meaning of the sentence. For example, there is a huge difference in saying he has a little experience in cooking and he has little experience in cooking. If you are visiting this channel for the first time, please like my video and subscribe to my channel because learning is very simple and easy with Mr. B. First, let us understand what are articles. Articles are words that precede and modify nouns. Articles can be classified into two categories, definite articles and indefinite articles. A and N are indefinite articles and the is a definite article. First, let us talk about the indefinite articles a and an. There are 26 alphabets in English language, out of which A, E, I, O and U are vowels and remaining 21 alphabets are consonants. A is used before a consonant sound and N is used before a vowel sound when the noun is singular in number. For example, a cat. Cat is a singular noun and it starts with a consonant sound C. That is the reason why cat is preceded by an article a. Let us take another example, an apple. Apple is a singular noun and it starts with a vowel sound A. That is the reason why apple is preceded by an article N. Please keep two things in mind. Always use a with singular countable nouns when the noun begins with a consonant sound and use an with singular countable noun that begins with a vowel sound. Singular means anything which is one in number. Countable is anything that can be counted. That means we use a with those nouns that can be counted, refers to a singular number and starts with a consonant sound. For example, a pen. A pen is a countable noun. It can be counted. It is only one in number and it starts with a consonant sound P. We use a with anything which is only one in number when the word begins with a consonant sound. So it is right to say a pen because a means one and pen also means one pen. Can we say a pence? No, because a means one and pence mean more than one pen. So it is wrong to say a pence. Can we say a truth? No, because anything which we cannot see with our eyes and touch with our hands and anything which we buy in bulk without counting is an uncountable noun. If it is an uncountable noun, we cannot use a or an before it. In our case, truth is a feeling we cannot see with our eyes and touch with our hands, so it is an uncountable noun. If we cannot count it, then we cannot use a or an before it. That's very simple. Is it right to say, pass me a sugar, please? No, it is not right because sugar is an uncountable noun. We do not count sugar in numbers like 1, 2, 3 and 4. We always buy sugar in a bulk. Anything which is bought in a bulk is an uncountable noun. So it is wrong to say, pass me a sugar. So it is absolutely right to say a book, a pen, a watch or a clock because they are countable nouns and begin with a consonant sound. On the other hand, we cannot say a truth, a sadness, a rice and a tea because they are uncountable nouns. We cannot see truth and sadness with our eyes and touch with our hands, and we cannot count rice and tea. They are always measured in bulk, not counted. So these words are uncountable nouns. So it is incorrect to use a with these words. So a is used with singular countable noun when the noun begins with a consonant sound, and n is used with a singular countable noun when the noun begins with a vowel sound. Is it right to say he gave me an advice? Well, the answer is very simple. Can you see advice with your eyes? Can you touch it with your hands? No. So if you cannot see with your eyes and touch with your hands, it is an uncountable noun. It cannot be counted, so it is incorrect to say an advice. The right way to say would be, he gave me a piece of advice. Advice cannot be counted, but the piece can be counted. Then, is it right to say, he gave me an information? No, because information is also something which we cannot see with our eyes and touch with our hands. So it is an uncountable noun. If it is an uncountable noun, it is incorrect to use articles like a or n before it. The right way would be, he gave me a piece of information. Now let us check whether it is AMLA or NMLA. MLA is an example of acronym. Acronym is a shortened form for a set of words. The first letter of MLA is M. Basically, M falls under a consonant category, but we should always go after the sound, not the alphabet. How is M pronounced? M is pronounced as A-M-M. The first sound that comes in M is A-M-M, and that is the reason why M, according to the sound, falls under the vowel category. Therefore, it is right to say N-M-L-A, not A-M-L-A. The same process follows when we talk about MP and SMS as well. M is pronounced as AM, the first letter is A, and S of SDO is also pronounced as ASS. The first sound that comes when you pronounce S is A. So it is right to say NSMS and NMP. Then what about PO and BDO? The P of PO is pronounced as PE and B of BDO is pronounced as BE. Both the sound falls under the consonant category, so it is right to say a PO or a BDO. Follow the same process when you have to supply articles, especially with acronyms. Always go after the sound, not the alphabets. So then, what about uniform? Is it a uniform or an uniform? Basically, U falls under a vowel category, but you must always go after the sound, not the alphabet. The sound of U in the word uniform is Y-O-U-U. So when you pronounce the word uniform, it is pronounced as Y-O-U, uniform. And U is a consonant sound. So it is right to say a uniform, not an uniform. Always go after the sound, not the alphabet. Similarly, the sound of U in the word university is also Y-O-U-U. It is pronounced as university. So it is a university, not an university. Now look at the sound of U in the word umbrella. U in the word umbrella is pronounced as umbrella. It is pronounced as umbrella. The first sound is a. Therefore, we use N before umbrella because M gives a vowel sound. Can you fill up this blank with A or N? Is it a unusual problem or an unusual problem? If you are thinking N is the right choice, then you are right. The sound of U in the word unusual is AN, unusual. So N is the correct option. Then what about the word usual? Is it unusual or unusual? Go after the sound that U gives in this word. U in the word usual is pronounced as Y-O-U-U, and Y is a consonant. So it is right to say a usual problem, not an usual problem. Now let us talk about the usages of article the. The can be used both with singular and plural nouns, both with countable and uncountable nouns. There are several ways of using article the. The is used with person, place and events already mentioned. Look at this example. Once upon a time there was a rich man. He lived in a large house and there was a big garden in front of the house. The man was very selfish and never allowed children to play in the garden. Did you see the example? When you introduce a person, thing or an event, always use a. When you talk about the same person, thing or event, use the. In this short story, we introduced man as a rich man, house as a large house, and garden as a big garden. And when we talked about the same man, we said the man. When we talked about the same house, we said the house. When we talked about the same garden, we said the garden. When you introduce a topic, start with a. When you talk about the same person or thing, use the. That's very simple. Use the when the name of a person or thing is quite obvious. For example, if your friend tells you to open the door, which door will you open? Obviously, you'll open the door of the room where you are in. You will not go to another room and open another door. That will be quite funny. When your friend says, open the door please, it is obvious that you have to open the door of the room where you are in. We use the with a person or thing that is quite obvious. If you say, we lost the match you are talking about is quite obvious. You are talking about the match which you played and lost. Always use the with the superlative degree of adjectives. For example, the tallest boy, the smallest phone, the largest country, etc. The words like tallest, smallest and largest are the superlative degrees, and we always use the with superlative degrees. Always use the with the names of the rivers. For example, the Ganga, the Brahmaputra, the Krishna and the Kaveri. Always use the with the names of the seas and oceans. For example, the Indian Ocean, the Pacific Ocean, the Arabian Sea and the Bay of Bengal. Use the with the names of the valleys like the Kashmir Valley, the Araku Valley, the Kangra Valley, etc. Use the with a group of islands and mountain ranges. For example, the Sundarbans, the Andaman and Nicobar Islands, because Sundarbans and Andaman and Nicobar Islands are the group of islands. On the other hand, group of mountains like the Himalayas and Nilgiri Hills are group of mountains. So we use the with the group of mountain ranges as well. Do not use the if you are talking about a single mountain or island. Use the to denote a whole class or group. For example, the rich, the poor, etc. The rich refers to the whole class of rich people and the poor refers to the whole class of poor people. Another example could be the lion is a fierce animal. The lion refers to the whole class of lions. Use the with the names of the directions if there is a preposition before it. For example, Nepal is to the north of India and Sri Lanka is to the south of India. In this sentence, there is a preposition to before the names of the directions like the north and the south. Use the before the names of great books of religion and literature. For example, the Holy Quran, the Holy Bible, the Bhagavad Gita, the three men in the boat, etc. Use the with the names of the cinema, hotel, banks, theatre, museums, etc. if they do not begin with a proper name. That means if they do not begin with a name of a particular person. But please be careful if the name of the hotel, cinemas, theatre, banks, museum, etc. begin with a proper name or takes after a person's name, then do not use the. You can say the Taj Hotel, but you cannot say the Oberoi Hotel because Oberoi is the surname of a person. You can say the Oval, but you cannot say the Eden Garden Stadium because the Eden Garden Stadium is named after Eden. You can say the Indian Museum, but you cannot say the Victoria Memorial because Victoria Memorial is named after Queen Victoria. In short, do not use the with eponyms. If you do not know what eponyms are, I have given the link in the description box. You can click to it and watch my tutorial on eponyms. We do not usually use the before the names of the countries like India, China, Belgium, France, etc. However, if the name of the country includes any of these words like States, United, Union, Republic, then we use the before the name of the country. For example, the United States of America because this name includes the word United. The UAE because this name also includes the word United. The Czech Republic because this name includes the word Republic. Some other examples are the United Kingdom, the Irish Republic, etc. Another important thing, use the before the name of the country if the name of the country represents a plural name. For example, the Maldives, the Philippines, the Comoros and the Netherlands. We do not usually use the before proper names. However, if you are talking about the family in general, we use the. For example, the Sharmas, the Guptas, etc. The Sharmas and Guptas represent the whole family, so we use the. Now let us see when we must avoid using the. Do not use the when you are talking about single mountain and island. Use the when you are talking about a group of mountains and islands. Do not use the with the name of the mountain if the name of the mountain includes the word Mount in it. For example, Mount Everest, not the Mount Everest. Mount Elbrus, not the Mount Elbrus. Because these names include the word Mount in it. Do not use the with individual lakes as well. Avoid using the before the following names. For example, before the names of the continents, before the names of the countries. However, there are some exceptions. Do not use the with the names of the diseases. However, there are some exceptions. If the names of the diseases are taken after eponymous name or named after another person, then we use the, otherwise we do not. We do not use the before the names of the subject of studies like history, geography, chemistry, physics, etc. Before the languages like English, Hindi, Chinese, French, etc. Before the games like cricket, football, hockey. Before the days of week, month and festival like Monday, January, Christmas, etc. Avoid using the before these names. Friends, this is all for today. Hope you enjoyed this tutorial. If you have found this tutorial to be helpful, please like, share and subscribe to my channel for more such videos on English grammar, language and speaking. English is very simple and easy with Mr. B. Stay tuned.